Hello there, and thanks for watching. My name is Tanner Phillips, and this is my final presentation video for Pathway on the section of Spirit Empowered Church and an Acts 2 ministry model. So in this section here, it's all about being an Acts 2 church, and what I really wanted to take a moment and talk about today is the thought of vision, biblical vision. Now, I serve as a youth pastor at my church, and so one thing that we're really big on is vision and student vision. And so this year for 2024, our vision for our youth group is New Heights. And so this was kind of gathered with the students and just believing that in 2024, we're going to go to places that we've never gone before, that we're going to, just like the vision says, that we're going to reach new heights. And one of the ways that we've been believing in doing that is in a way of being more missions focused to reaching the nations. And so what I wanted to share with you today is just four steps, four principles, if you will, on having biblical vision, and a little bit of an illustration of what some of my students are doing to pursue the vision that's been set forth by them and with them. So number one, first thing I want to jump into right here is that what biblical vision does is that it solves problems, it meets needs, and it seizes opportunities. We decided, okay, what is our problem? Well, the problem is that we feel that we're not being as effective as we could be. And so with this new vision of New Heights, is that we want to go further. We want to reach further than we've ever done before. And so by having this vision set in place, that it was originally, what is the need that needs to come out of this? And so the problem was of just that there. It's that we want to reach the nations. We want to be more influential than just in our church, but all across the world together. And so that's one thing as far as having biblical vision. Number two is that vision, it starts with listening before talking. It was something that for myself that I had to learn in this is that, I can't just come up with vision all by myself, but listening to those around me. What is the heart of people, of those around me? And it was that we want to be more impactful. And so by having this vision of New Heights, it was something that not just by my own thoughts, of course you prayed into it, but what's around me, what's really going on, and hearing those people, not just feeling like we have to have the pressure to do it all by ourselves, but that God has equipped great people around me to help lead a vision that's been placed in all of us. Number three, and this is kind of where I want to land on for just a second, of developing this biblical vision and why it's so important, but that it should be a corporate process and not just an individual exercise that we do all alone. And so one thing that we're doing right now is that we are in a project, and we have partnered with Project Rescue. And so we are trying to raise $5,000 for an Indian village. And basically what's going on is that as soon as a lady or a woman is born in this village, by the time that they're 12 years old, that they are just subjected to be a prostitute. And so a lot of my students, male and female alike, have really gotten a heart for this vision that we've set forth before them of raising this $5,000. And so one thing that actually just happened here recently is that one of our students, grab this here, a couple of our students actually, they've got together and they said, hey, we want to be able to raise money. We don't have jobs, but what we want to do is that we just want to make little snack cakes. And so just little stuff like this here, little cookies, little treats, all these things that are going on. And they said, we want to raise this and that we want to sell it. And we're just going to ask for donation only, but that we want to be a part of raising this $5,000. We want to be a part of making this vision come into a reality. And so just a simple thing, a little sweet treat here, and that they're raising all this money because they believe in these women that they'll never see, they'll probably never meet, but yet they know that God has placed this upon their heart to reach them. Why? Because there was a vision that was set forth before them, that they saw the problem, they saw the need, they saw that their leadership was listening to them, and now they've taken a heart to this vision, and they've got together corporately, and they say, hey, we're gonna buy the ingredients, we're gonna take our own time, we're gonna make it, and we're gonna take time and we're gonna sell this because we want to be able to reach the nations through this vision. And then lastly, and this just goes in so good together on why biblical vision is so important in being an Acts 2 church, is that it unifies the community of faith. As soon as these girls, as soon as they started saying, hey, we're going to do this, all these other students are like, we want to be a part of this. We want to do our own thing. We want to reach this $5,000 goal because we believe so much in these women across the country. But yet it started with vision. Had there been no vision, had I just got up on a stage and said, hey, here's the project, let's raise $5,000, probably nobody would get involved. but that when you begin to have a heart for the vision because it comes from the people, from the students, all of a sudden everybody, they begin to have a burning passion to see this happen. And so I just wanted to share those 4 things with you really quick today of what biblical vision does and why it's needed. Is that it solves problems. It starts with listening before we start talking, that it should be a corporate process, and that it should always unify the community of faith. And so thank you so much for listening today on just this short little subject of developing vision and why it's so important to have vision within our churches and within our ministries. And so I pray that this would help you as you go on about your day and in your own ministry. Thank you for listening.